Section 4, Protective Pathways Inside the Body. How cells respond to stress, signals, and repair. Living cells are constantly responding to their environment. Every second, they are responding to their environment. Trillions of chemical reactions occur inside the body all the time. These reactions generate electricity, build molecules, repair tissues, maintain the balance required for life. At the same time, these reactions produce reaction a reactive oxygen species. That's just a scientific way to say free radicals. In small amounts, these molecules are just a normal part of cellular communication in and of themselves, and you just don't want to get rid of all of them. Problems arise when too many accumulate and the body's protective systems just can't keep up with it all. So the buildup is commonly referred to as oxidative stress. You may have heard of that and just didn't understand that it was just a buildup of too many free radicals or too much oxidation. Now, fortunately, cells do possess powerful internal defense mechanisms already designed to restore balance. And scientists refer to those or mechanisms as cellular protective pathways. The body's built-in defense system. One of the most important protective systems studied in hydrogen research is known as the NRF2 pathway. NRF2 is just short for nuclear factor erythroid 2 related factor, whatever. It's a protein that tells cells when to start producing protective enzymes. And the name itself is technical, but the concept behind it is actually quite simple. In plain English, NRF2 acts like a master switch that turns on the body's internal defense and repair systems. When cells detect stress, as we said, too much oxidative or free radicals would be stress. It detects that, and then the NRF2 moves in to the nucleus of the cell and signals specific genes to begin producing protective enzymes. These enzymes help the body neutralize excessive free radicals, reduce oxidative stress, repair damaged molecules, and maintain cellular balance. Now, rather than directly performing all that protection itself, NRF2 doesn't do that. It just instructs the cell to do that. So it's kind of like the boss. The boss is not supposed to do all the work. But if NRF2 pathway is not functioning properly, then it's not telling those protective pathways to do their thing. And this is what happens a lot of times with aging. Like you have all of your various protective pathways in prime condition when you're young and when you're a child. And by eating all kinds of bad stuff and, our planet having all the toxins and everything, just really, honestly, we are not really acclimated to the healthiest lifestyle in the United States anyway, or probably on most of the planet. So doing that for enough years, you kind of degrade this whole protective pathway system. So H2 is turning it back on. So there's a little analogy here of a fire alarm system inside the cell, and the cellular stress rises and the alarm gets triggered. So it's like a smoke detector or something. Oh, a little bit of smoke, no worries. A lot of smoke, yeah, boom, that signal goes on. So But, you know, you have to replace the battery on the thing every so often. I guess that's the best analogy you can say. Now, so hydrogen and activation of protective pathways, we have really discussed this already, and I'll let you just read this section for the scientific people who want to read a little bit more scientific stuff. But let's go down to the role of mitochondria. Mitochondria are inside of every cell, and they are the power plants. If you want to think of a cell as needing energy, and where does it get its energy from? It's from the mitochondria, and that energy is needed for almost every single biological process there is, or maybe every single one. So there's got to be some energy. And during the production of energy, they naturally generate reactive oxygen. And under normal conditions, that's not harmful. But if in hydrogen research, molecular hydrogen may support the balance between the energy production and the oxidative stress within the mitochondria. So that's why, most likely, a lot of times you'll see athletes who will swear by ionized water. And they will say, "Oh, well, you know, it just has helped them so much," and it's probably very true, because the hydrogen in that water is able to get into their energy production mitochondria and help put that balance back in. Okay, well, the study of cellular protective pathways help explain why molecular hydrogen has attracted such scientific interest. Rather than acting solely as a traditional antioxidant, hydrogen appears to influence the signaling systems that regulate the body's response to oxidative stress. The signaling-based molecule also reinforces the importance of small amounts consumed regularly rather than extreme concentrations.